Hey folks, welcome to the channel. I'd like to do an addendum to the bandsaw series. Here's the follow-up topics we're going to cover. The idler pulley bearings tended to move during operation, so first up is to create an idler pulley stop. I began by using modeling clay to get the door contour and the general shape of the stop. What we ended up with was a little bit of a challenge because we had to incorporate kind of the miter taper of the door. So if we look back, it starts out a little bit odd here. This is kind of the original drawing. What I had done is I had measured up from the bottom of the door based on where the modeling clay was, and then over to find the center line of the modeling clay. And remember, the door has a taper from about this line over. It tapers towards us at the edge of the door and tapers towards us near the bottom of the door. And this is kind of the 45-degree taper line. So when I modeled this, I originally modeled it, might be a little bit difficult to explain here. So I didn't start out by modeling it this way, but I found I needed to add this part, and I did the taper here on the other side, you'll see. This is what the door looks like roughly. And our piece that we're modeling ends up being right here. I went ahead and modeled it kind of like the door, and then I came back in and cut it out of the shape that I needed. So these next drawings will show that. Let's see what this one is. So this drawing is the cutout. So this is the outside shape, and I'm cutting basically everything away here, and I'm just leaving this part. But in order to get the taper of the door right, I needed to start with this part. It's kind of an unusual drawing. It's kind of the first time I've done something like this, but it turned out okay. So here's the feature where this is where the shaft sits, and this part right here pushes up against the bearing. And lastly, there's the position of the hole right here. That's the modeling of it. Now we'll look at the 3D printing next. Just use some masking tape to hold it in place. And let's see, where is it? There we go. Okay. Yeah, hopefully that'll be all right. Now I'm hoping that when I pop the door off, it'll break the tape and come off with the door. So don't know if it will or not. Hopefully it will. Yes. Success. There we go. Okay, so that's exactly what I wanted to do. And now I'm going to get a drill, a real tiny little bit. All right. There we go, I got it marked. So that should take care of that. This pulley here was, this is the motor pulley. It was 20 tooth, and now I changed it to a 16 tooth pulley. That'll slow the saw down. Let me show you the door spacer. So if you remember, Previous video we had a gap right here. I went ahead and 3D printed an upper spacer there and cover up the gap. I just bought a new blade. This is a 14 tooth. What's on there is a 24 tooth, and 24 teeth is for real pretty thin metal. If you remember in the last video, I was trying to cut some 5/8 by 1/2 inch aluminum bar stock and was having a little trouble getting through it, so I had to push hard. So we're going to swap this blade out. Got the same piece of stock as before, 5/8 by 1/2 T6061. So let's see how it cuts with the 14 tooth blade. Yeah, that's much nicer. Yeah, definitely 14 tooth blade is the way to go for the thicker stock. Well, that's the end of the video. If you like the content, please subscribe and leave a comment. Thanks for watching. Take care.